Hey guys, just wanted to come at you today with a few pro tips. Talking about trimming here, trimming out some doors. They're solid core pine doors with 3.5 inch by 3/4 inch pine trim. Something I've learned and I've seen other guys do that to me really pays off in the long run is first thing is they glue their miters. They glue these 45s. Over time, these things, especially when it's just solid pine like this, or pine can be pretty unstable. Poplar's probably a little more stable, or oak even more stable. But whatever wood you're using, just squirt a little glue on there, and then nail it. And I always put a nail too on the end, just to keep it tight and keep it nice, so it doesn't move over time and want to open up and just start to look unsightly, unprofessional. The other tip is back beveling your 45s, which if you're carpenters and you're trim carpenter, you should know this, but you can see it here. You don't want to put too much of a back bevel or else you'll start to see a bigger gap there. But if you back bevel these miters, it seems like they always really want to come together a lot nicer versus when you don't back bevel them and you put a 90-degree cut in them. The joint here usually wants to be, just because these doors can easily be bumped off the sheetrock, an 1/8 inch, one way or the other. And so it kicks that trim up and then it doesn't want to get tight. So I always just back bevel when I'm doing that. The last pro tip, which this to me is, I've recently figured out and it works super well. You see you got a gap here, down here in this trim. It's it's just the same problem I just said, that there's sheetrock pushing this piece of trim out. It can be really, whatever gun type of nail you're using to put on trim. Some guys use bigger nails, 15 gauge, 16 gauge. I'm just using 18 gauge 2-inch nails right now to shoot this on. But an 18 gauge nail, I'm pressing pretty hard, is not going to pinch that and hold that tight together. You can always cut the sheetrock out and make a big mess and so that it'll get tighter here. But something I've figured out is just getting it's just a quick grip clamp and just putting it on there and tightening that up, and it gets that joint a lot tighter. This one's not super, this one's pretty tough, so gripping it all the way, it still doesn't pinch it fully tight. But and then even when you want to tap your trim to the left, move it a little bit, because these boards are, maybe they're crowned or twisted. It happens. We all deal with material that's not great sometimes. This quick grip clamp will make it so that when you tap that, I'm not going to hit it with a hammer. I put a piece of shim on there and hit it. It'll move and it'll stay put. And once you get it where you like it, just pop a couple nails in it. Usually when I'm having to clamp something, I nail it maybe twice just to make sure it doesn't want to move. But that is your pro tip for the day, guys. Trim carpentry.